And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases. That time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw of the north, old Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases, and a big week this week, not the biggest, not the littlest, somewhere in the middle we'll call that. But of course, before we get to the weekly purchases, we got to start off with a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to kick it off strong with Patreon. New month, new giveaway. It is the month of May. The May giveaway is the Rowdy Roddy Piper Ultimate Walmart exclusive, an all-timer of a figure, if you ask me. If you have a WCW collection, you need this bad boy in your collection. Check out the review on the channel, but Roddy Piper is the giveaway this month. Of course, being a member of Patreon, you get in for the giveaways. We got a monthly Q&A over there. You get early access to both YouTube channel videos. You get all the glamour shots. You get dog stuff. You get pizza reviews. There's a lot going on the Patreon. Appreciate all your guys and gals support out there to the Patreon channel, of course. But we're not done with the housekeeping. Next up, and it's just around the corner here, May 18th, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern time. It will be my Whatnot stream. My second Whatnot stream. We had about 100 people in there last time. This time, hopefully no different, hopefully more. We'll see what happens there, but I'll be selling stuff from my personal collection. Of course, make sure you bookmark the show in Whatnot. Hit my link in the description of this video, and you can get $15 to spend on Whatnot if you sign up to Whatnot. That's a heck of a deal. They just raised that another $5 there. Should have some special guests. My wife Angie, of course, was during the last one. She'll probably be on this one as well. But my dad will be stopping by. Oh, retirement, my dad, of course. But he's going to come right off the beach. He's going to visit with us for a while. So get your questions ready. Come chat with me and my dad for a little bit. And of course, I'll have a bunch of stuff for my personal collection to sell. Once again, make sure you bookmark the link. 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. Whatnot, the place to be. May 18th, and we do got a big giveaway. Looking at maybe multiple giveaways over there, but I will be giving away the LJN Heart Foundation blue cards. We'll be giving one of those away, and a few other things, and I'm even thinking about everybody that buys something throwing in something special as well. So, man, check out the Whatnot. You do not want to miss that stream. It's going to be quite the time on May 18th. I'll see you guys over there on Whatnot. But we're not done with the housekeeping. A lot of stuff going on this week. Had an interesting meeting today, a very interesting meeting, and we'll see what happens in the future. Should be exciting for a lot of us out there. We'll see. More to come, hopefully. More to come, hopefully. There you go. Got that going on. And then, of course, shout out to the boys in Night Demon. They were in town this week. Check out my figure hunting video. Check out all the videos on the channel this week. A lot of stuff going on the channel. But I did see Night Demon. Did meet up with Jarvis. My wife Angie was there. It was quite the time. Always love it when Night Demon comes through town. Heck, I love it whenever they come through the Midwest. And just like I said, I got some opportunities coming up. They got some massive opportunities around the corner. So I'm anxious to see. Hopefully that all works out for them. Hopefully it works out for me too. Hopefully it works out for everybody. How about that? But shout out to the guys in Night Demon. Showing me a good time, of course, at the concert. And it's always a good time at the Night Demon concert. Check them out on the road right now with Blind Guardian. Oh, shout out to Blind Guardian as well. So there it is. That is kind of the week that was. Now we got to get into it. We got to get into it. The question of the week. All right, question of the week. And if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments of this very video, and you too could be the question of the week next week. But this week comes from My Way to Mars. Mars, beautiful this time of year, unless you're Mick Mars. Not so sure on that first song. We'll see what happens there. But the question is, who are your favorite toy review channels on YouTube? Hope this question hasn't been made before. Thanks for the great content. Cheers. Cheers back to you as well. And people are always kind of surprised. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I guess they are when I talk to them about it, but you guys be the own judge if you're surprised or not. I never watched YouTube before starting a YouTube channel. How weird is that? Isn't that pretty strange? I guess it is. That's what I've always been told. The only times I ever went to YouTube was like, oh, Iron Maiden is playing their first concert. I would go and search Iron Maiden, concert South Dakota or wherever it is, and I would look it up and say, oh my gosh, this is what I'm playing. So that is really the extent of my YouTube viewing before I started this channel. I'm a guy with not a ton of time. I always have things going on. I'm always working. I got things going all the time. So unfortunately, I've never had time to just sit down with YouTube. And I've been a passionate action figure collector, let's just say all my life, really, at the end of the day. Collecting is what I've loved. But for some reason, I never took that step to collect and watch YouTube. I don't know why. That is very strange. It's strange right now. It's very puzzling to me, but I never took that next step. And it's I think there's a lot of fans out there that, like wrestling figures, and they don't go to that next step to watch wrestling videos or even care about, following the news and stuff like that. It's all about when do you take those steps. But I've said it before, David C. Anderson, good friend of the channel, of course, he was the one that kind of talked me into it to, hey, why don't you start, or he didn't really say start the channel, but he said, hey, why don't we do a room tour, all that kind of stuff, and that really progressed into the channel. So David kind of was the guy that pushed me this way, so shout out to David C. Anderson out there. But I never really watched stuff. I'd see some things here and there. The Major Wrestling Figure podcast was a big one. Of course, David C. Anderson was working with them at the time. So that was kind of a little bit of it. So I did see their stuff, but their stuff's not all like action figures, everything else. It's wrestling, it's life. I'm a wrestling fan, so I would see that. Obviously, following Zack Ryder for many years on YouTube, things like that. Or not YouTube, Twitter and things like that for so long. It just kind of naturally progressed. So I would see their stuff and, of course, listen to their podcast. But I never looked into YouTube. I never saw a YouTube review before I did one. And I think that is why I'm different. I don't know if I'm tooting my own horn or what. But a lot of people will say to me, well, Kyle, why don't you do it like Pixel Dan? Why don't you do it like Shartimus Prime does it or something? Nothing against those guys. However, I'm got to be me. I can't do phony. I can't do it like something else. And I always think of this channel as like a discussion channel. It's like you and me hanging out, like we're on the couch talking and gabbing and things like that. That's what I view this channel as. I view it about the figures. Obviously, the figures is what gets you to the dance, but it's about so much more than figures. It's about stupid jokes. It's about stupid stories. It's about the figures, obviously. So my little whole thing, my world over here, is totally different than everybody else's that I know or do or whatever. It's just me and it's authentic. That's why I don't have to research. I don't have to do all kinds of stuff because it's all off the top of my head. Basically, for the most part. There's very little research. Somebody says, I edit shows. I heard you, Mark Summers, Todd McFarlane over there. Keep it down on the couch. But it is me. It is what I do. So I don't really watch a whole lot of guys. I've met Robo. I've seen Robo stuff many a times. I like Robo a lot. I like what he does. Very calming, I feel. Shartimus Prime out there doing his thing. He's a nice guy. I've met him on a couple occasions. Pixel Dan out there, of course, the OG. Trying to think, just the usual stuff. So I've seen a little bit of everything, but honestly, I don't watch a lot of stuff. My Damn Toys, got to give old Trey a shout out as well. Met him, chat with him many a times over the years. But I also don't like to watch videos because I don't want any kind of influence of anything. Even like a new album, like, oh, there's a new Night Demon album. I don't want to hear a review. I want to hear it fresh for myself. I don't want to come into it with any extra thoughts or anything like that. So I pretty much stay away from all that kind of stuff to this day on anything I like. I don't like spoilers. I want to just engulf it with no prejudices, anything else. So I don't watch any reviews. I really don't watch anybody else's stuff. I try to keep it. I will possibly watch something after. It's like, okay, there's this Ultimate Warrior figure. I'll check that out because I've already done a review. It's done. I can move on. So very long-winded, and I guess that's the channel too. Very long-winded, but that's the answer there. So shout out to My Way to Mars. All Mars. Once again, beautiful this time of year. And once again, if you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below of this very video, and you too can be the question of the week. But now we got to turn our attention over to the weekly purchases. All right, time for weekly purchases. We got, I think, 2 rounds this week, so we'll see how it goes with 2 rounds of weekly purchases. And let's start it off. And I did get, of course, Ultimo Dragon and good friend of the channel, Sonny Ono. And who are we fooling? Ultimo Dragon's a good friend of the channel as well. Unfortunately, I messed up. This rarely happens, and I guess you guys, a lot of people think I mess up maybe more often. It doesn't happen very often. I can count probably on one hand, but I accidentally ordered 2 of this one. I thought I was getting the 3rd version, and I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I saw variant or whatever I did. I picked up this, so now I have 2 pink versions of this, so I'll probably either sell it or use it as a giveaway in the future. I need to track down that 3rd figure collection, Ultimo Dragon, Sonny Ono, but mistakes happen. Nobody's perfect, as they say. That's why they make erasers. Isn't that what they say? Sure. Well, today I happened to go to Target store. I was over to my office. I had to go to my office today. I said, oh, there's a Target by there. I'm going to swing by after I go to the office. And I was just talking to this about a week ago. You know what? I never saw this in the stores. And when I'm at Kane County Toy Show, check out the video on that, of course. I said, I'm going to look for this. Never saw it at Kane County. However, I went to Target today. and the platinum version of the Riddler was just chilling on the peg. So I don't know if this was a lost soldier. Somebody threw this some other place at the store and they finally brought it back over. Not sure what happened here, but I did get my platinum Riddler for store price, $19.99, whatever it is. Very happy about that, and very ironic that I said, you know, I'll keep an eye out for that at King County Toy Show. So there you go. I guess good things come to those that wait. And speaking of, I talked about that run fair that old Todd McFarlane and his crew. Todd, what's this run fair? You don't want to talk about it. Okay. But it's run fair. Look it up. Look it up. But basically, Todd McFarlane's McFarlane Toys puts their platinum versions up there and gives everybody a fair chance to buy them for cost. So I've won quite a few actually on there. So it might be worth checking out if that is your thing. I put in for this one last week and I did win. It is the Psycho Pirate. Totally different look right here. But I did win this, and this is a McFarlane Toys exclusive. Yes, Todd, you're right. You're correct on that. So very cool and very different than the last version. So very cool to get this one here. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Superman Platinum Edition out of this one or Flash. It would be interesting if that's the case. I did last week on the channel via the same thing. I won the Spectre, kind of a Green Lantern crossover Spectre. So I won both of those. So batting pretty good on those right there. But Psycho Pirate through the door this week. And then how about a little AEW? Went to Walmart, saw Matt Jackson. All shout out to Matt Jackson. But no Nick Jackson in sight. Went to another store, same thing, full of Matt Jacksons, no Nick Jacksons. What are we doing? AEW, you should have had this just as a 2-pack anyways. Very cool looking figure, but I'm not going to unbox it until I get his brother. So I did get Matt Jackson. Hopefully next week I find Nick Jackson. We'll see what happens right there. Not done via Ringside. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got old Shinsuke Nakamura, the Chase Edition, Elite 109. Pick this one up over there on Ringside. And then, of course, got a couple other things at Ringside. Got the LWO Top Picks Rey Mysterio. Gunther and Roman, no changes. This is a new Rey. Had to pick this one up here. And, of course, I went to the damage pile for this one. I said, oh, I can save $2 because it's damaged. I'm opening it up anyways. So, got to get a deal no matter what you do. Picked up that Rey Mysterio. Also picked up a second version of Dominic Mysterio. So, I don't know if I was looking for free shipping. I don't know what I was looking for. But I got a second Dominic. Might display this one without the flannel and maybe use the flannel somewhere else. Second Dominic coming into the collection right there. And then I turn over here. Got to turn over to the side. Okay, we're over here now. I did get this, of course, from Amazon. This shipped a little bit early here. It is Arnim Zola and Baron Zemo 2-pack. Amazon exclusive right now. Picked that one up this week. Very, very cool. Mossman, been playing that long game, and I kind of forgot I was playing the long game. With these new resets, he has pretty much gone and moved to the clearance aisles or moved on from the store. So I picked this one up for $15. I really wanted to display both looks for him. Now I can do that there. So Mossman through the door. I did get the Outsider and a couple of t-shirts. Of course, got to support those hardworking bands on the road. You got to pick up some shirts, got to pick up some stuff. But I got the very, very cool tour guide. I always love a good tour guide, all kinds of pictures and stories and interviews. Things like that. Always cool to get for your favorite band, so I did pick that up at the Night Demon concert. And this shirt and another shirt and a few other things along the way. And then I did get this week in, I got a Mondo, another Mondo. Oh yes, it's all coming up Mondo. Masters of the Universe Scareglow. Of course, is that the right side? Yep, right there. Scareglow. Masters of the Universe Mondo. And Mondo keeping things expensive this week with the Sky Sled. Oh my gosh, are you guys trying to kill me? They're definitely trying to kill our wallets. But I did get Scareglow going back in the past, getting this one. And of course, another Scareglow's on the horizon, so we'll see what happens there. But that's round one of weekly purchases. Now we got to turn our attention over to round number 2. All right, time for round number 2. And just in between rounds 1 and 2, round number 2 just grew as the mailman just came to the door and brought some stuff a little earlier as I was expecting it yesterday per the tracking, but I don't know, the UPS guy or the United States Postal Service guy got after it and got me my stuff early. So shout out to him, shout out to USPS, thumbs down to FedEx as usually, that's how it goes. But I did get through the door here, KWK, of course, Kayfabe Heroes, the 1 of 350 variant A and variant B of Mantar. Oh, it's all coming up Mantar today. You know me, I love a hairy bipedal creature. Always cool here because Mantar was a local wrestler somewhat, as he did wrestle on the local indies around my area. So a little deeper connection maybe than most to this character here, but very, very cool. Can't wait to unbox both of these. We already did look at this a little bit on the channel, but we'll look at both of those together in a separate video. And since we're talking Mantar, got to give a special shout out to Good Brother, longtime Good Brother, old Lando Tim Merritt himself, as he did win the Mantar 1 of 1 sample giveaway. He ended up sending it back to me. He said he wanted it to be in the hands of me, which I thought was very cool, very humbling experience right there all around, but very nice of him to send this to me. Obviously, he won it fair and square in the contest, but felt it had a better home with me. So really quartering the market on Minotaur figures is what I'm doing. But shout out to Tim Lando Merritt. Appreciate the gift here, the sentiment, all that kind of stuff. Appreciate it a whole lot. So Minotaur, back in my grasp here. Going to have to put him somewhere extra special, no doubt about it. So shout out to Tim Merritt once again. You know, stick that 101 sample right there. Guarding the Fortress, of course. Did get an Amazon package this week. Talon, never picked him up, but he dipped down to like $16.90 or something like that. And I said, all right, I'm pulling the trigger. And that's what I did. And speaking of pulling the trigger, saw this at Target just sitting there, just chilling. It is the Platinum Azrael, the blue version. So we got the red, I think, last week. This week coming up good with the Platinum in blue. We'll probably unbox both those together on Kyle Peterson 2.0, the home of Todd McFarlane from the couch. Or Todd, I don't know where he went, but my dog Ace is there. He's sitting right where Todd is. So, you know, dogs like bad smells, as they say. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together. How about a little Target clearance this week? Couldn't pass up a mouse jaw for $7.49. Remember when the world was going crazy for this one? I don't know why I picked up another one. Maybe I can customize him or make him feel a little bit different or something. Who knows, but picked him up for $7.49 this week. But we're not done there. I did end up picking up a couple of these Trouble Bubbles, the Python Patrol version. Picked up 2 of them, matter of fact, right here. $13 on clearance at Target. I could not pass these up for $13. We'll see what ends up happening. But now I can display all the different looks, so that's always a good day at the office, of course, right there. So 2 Trouble Bubbles, really getting scarce. So if you're looking for them, you better hit your targets. They should be around 13 bucks. So the more you know, the more you know. Did get a Ringside order in today. I did get, of course, the 3 Faces of Foley. I said, you know what? I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this one of these days. I'm going to wait for it to go down in price, and it did. Right now, I don't know if they have any left, once again, but use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But $64.99, I believe, is what this 3-pack was. One of these days, I'm going to get these signed by Mick Foley, but had to pick up a mint-on card copy to go with my loose set. You guys know me, I'm a Foley guy, especially Cactus Jack. But we're not done. Of course, the mailman brought me today the latest from Super 7 Ultimates. We got Wily Kit, of course, of the famed Thundercats. Is there any other? Also got Hachiman. Oh, Hachiman, there he is right there doing all kinds of things. The old Hachiman. Alluro, getting the Lunatax. I'm here for some Lunatax along the way. And then the last one, where'd it go? Lost him. Oh, there it is. Captain Shiner, I can hear his voice right now. Absolutely hate this guy's voice, but Captain Shiner through the door as well. So the latest wave of Thundercats is here via Super 7, but we're not done there. As Ringside Collectibles came in hot today through the mail, got the new Vault collection. You guys remember this. We talked about this a while back. John Cena, the former Defining Moment. Ultimate Warrior. Oh my gosh, my favorite Ultimate Warrior from the Hall of Champions line, the former Target exclusive. Of course, Kane, the hardcore Kane, the former Ringside Collectible exclusive. What's old is new again, I guess. Then we got the Undertaker, the former Defining Moment, once again with the big old wings. Very cool to see that one. Got Shawn Michaels and Triple H DX, 2 really hard to get ones from back in the day as well. And we're not done there. We got, of course, maybe the crown jewels of the set for a lot of people. The first of many, hopefully, to come. It is the Dudley Boys. It is Bubba Ray. It is Devon. The Dudley Boys through the door this week as well. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. Is that it? I'm looking around. Oh, got more. Got one last thing. Got this with Ringside as well. AEW cases here for chases. You never know when you might find a chase out there on the hunt. So I wanted to be ready with some protection. Always got to have protection for your chases. You guys know that. But a big week once again, of course, on the weekly purchases. A lot of work to do here on the channel the next couple of weeks as far as unboxings go. Hopefully you guys will be a part of it. Hopefully you guys subscribe to this channel and check out the videos and all the unboxings that we do. And let me know in the comments down below, what did you pick up this week? What did you find this week? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, as I did say. Check out the Patreon for the giveaway. You guys know all about that. Of course, Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel. Pick up a t-shirt, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. A week from Saturday, going to Whatnot right now. Bookmark the event. I am starting to put some of the items in there. The majority of items, I'm going to start at $1. We'll see. We'll spin the deal, make the wheel, or spin the wheel, make the deal. How about that one? We'll do that in the video. So if you guys want some cheap stuff, who knows what might happen. But check it out. Come join me, my wife, and most likely my dad for at least part of the show Come check it out on Whatnot on the 18th, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, everything else. You guys can do the math on that one. I'll see you guys on Whatnot next week. And then, of course, social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. And, of course, the old book, Amazon and Barnes & Noble, The Complete Guide to Jakks Class Superstars. Check that out if you have not already. And that's it for weekly purchases. And you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.